When it comes to overspending and trying to budget in order to correct that problem, a lot of people end up restricting themselves so much that it's unrealistic and they can't hit their financial goals. They throw in the towel and they say, might as well forget about it because I just can't seem to stick with this budgeting technique. One easy way to stop your overspending is solved with this worksheet. Hey guys, I'm Justine, the host of the Debt-Free Millennials channel, and we are committed to helping millennials crush debt, achieve financial confidence so that it leads to more fun and less payments. Today we are going to be doing a really quick and easy exercise that helps you from overspending, because now you're going to realistically budget for each of those categories where your spending is a little out of control. For me, in my own personal experience, I tend to spend a lot of money at Target. I also like to spend a lot of money on clothes for my 2-year-old daughter. If you have little ones, then you know how easy it is to go into a store, find something super cute for them, and you love surprising them with different toys and gifts. Those are one of my spending areas, and also I love eating out. I love anything from the fast and fun like Chick-fil-A to doing happy hours to going out for craft beer, you name it. So in this video, we're actually going to be walking through a spending audit. A spending audit takes a look at the last 3 months of spending and takes an average of that spending. Then you're going to use that average to more accurately plan for the next month of spending inside of your budget. For example, I've seen many people who try to restrict themselves with eating out by going down and reducing their bill from they're spending maybe $500–600 and trying to reduce it to $75, and they're still spending hundreds of dollars on eating out. Rather than keeping it so restrictive that you can't even hit that goal, let's take a look at past data to give us an accurate picture of what you're spending, and then we can more realistically budget for that expense. If you're spending over $600–700 on eating out and you want to reduce that, a realistic reduction in that category could maybe be even just shaving $100 off of the budget and see how you do for the next month. Gradually decreasing the budgeted amounts is really going to help you stick with that goal, and you're not going to burn out by meeting unrealistic expectations. Let's hop over to my kitchen table, and I'm actually going to do this for a couple of different spending habits that I want to track. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up the last 3 months of spending, specifically in restaurants and eating out, since that's something that I do quite frequently, but I want to get an accurate picture of how much I should be budgeting for this specific category. So you can grab the spending audit worksheet inside of the How to Control Your Spending workbook, which is listed for sale using the link below. And what you're going to do is you're going to list out the variable expense that you want to get a history of, and then inside of that month we're going to write down the date and the amount of every single thing that we spent money on, and then total it up for month 1, month 2, and month 3. So let's get started. All right, so far I've spent about $400 in restaurants eating out for 1 month. Now I'm gonna move on to the second month and see what I find out. Okay, not too bad for the second month. Now let's go to the final month and see how much I spent. All right, so April wasn't too bad at $271. I'm saying too bad because I actually do have a realistic picture of what our budget is for our restaurants. If you were doing this from scratch though, you would now start to add up these totals, get that sum, and then divide it by 3, and that would be our average. So let's take a look at what we have. All right, so $915.34 across 3 months. Let's take the average, and so the average is $305.11. So across these 3 months, I'm spending about $300 on eating out. This exercise is so helpful in understanding your spending patterns and how realistic it is to budget for a particular category. This works so well for variable expenses and any fun money spending that you might do throughout the month. For me, eating out in restaurants, that's one that I do a lot. And what was interesting about doing this exercise is I could see a pattern that every few days I was spending money on eating out. It seemed like every 4 or 5 days, especially in the month of March, that I was eating out. So I was like, that's really, really interesting to take a look at. So now I can better forecast and see that spending pattern across my past months and know that I'm probably going to be eating out every 4 or 5 days unless I want to change something. If I wanted to reduce the amount of spending in this particular area, maybe I could tell myself, okay, now really aim to eat out every 5 to 6 days instead. Now, $300 on average over the last 3 months is actually pretty good for us. We normally budget around $350 for eating out, and so I thought this was right on target. But let's say that you did want to reduce the amount of spending in this area. Instead of going from an average of I'm truly spending $300 on restaurants and takeout, instead of doing $75, which is completely unrealistic, maybe I temporarily reduce that budget to $250 or $275, even just shaving $25 off my budget, which for me, that really about equals 1 trip out, then I've absolutely hit my budget and it's more realistic for me to achieve that target. You can do this type of spending audit for any type of variable expense that you might have. It could be groceries, it could be eating out like me, or maybe it's something more along the lines of shopping or spending money on your kids. Whatever it is, I would focus on your top 3 expenses first and then work your way back. This exercise does require a little bit of time, but it's time well spent because it's going to inform your budget and make it way more easy and simple for you to actually achieve those different budgeted categories. Don't forget, if you like this activity, you can pick up this activity plus 50 other pages of worksheets and spreadsheets and templates for you to use on how to control your spending inside of that workbook, which is listed for sale using the link below. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. And if you're not part of the community, come on fam and join the thousands of millennials who are committed to crushing their debt and achieving financial confidence that leads to more fun and less payments. And I'll catch you in the next one.